HeroWarz doesn't mess around, so it's time for open beta. Paragon gives PS Plus players a little sympathy sale this month. Paladins wipes its cards once again and introduces Captain Generic. Overwatch gets a little bit more competitive, and Riders of Icarus goes open beta and beyond.
Moving like a soldier.
What's happening, guys? James Blunt here with HeroWarz.com with a quick weekly recap for MMO news and announcements for the week ending July 4th, 2016. So happy Independence Day to our American viewers. As I mentioned last week, there are plenty of sales and events going on in lots of different games and on Steam, with their summer sales ending today, actually. And starting off the news this week is a summer celebration from Webzen, who has decided to kick off many in-game events for pretty much all of their games, including Asta, ELOA, Repels, Mew Online, Flife, Age of Wulin, and of course Continent of the Ninth Seal. Events run now through July 26, so players can reap the benefits such as more loot and gold, additional experience, free items, daily login rewards, and plenty more nearly all month long. We've got some exclusive stuff to go along with the celebration event. Check out the giveaway page linked in the description below for a detailed breakdown of all the freebies and all the games. Next up, in an unexpected and surprising announcement this past week, KOG Games released HeroWarz into open beta. Didn't really see that coming that quick. I guess we figured there would be at least a few more closed betas beforehand, but, you know, it's a good thing. Designed to be open-ended with no more wipes, the game is now available to anyone with an account. Looks like they're continuing the regional expansion, getting the game opened up to more countries, with the next step being global access. Look forward to that. Also looks like everything stayed the same from closed beta, except for some reason they removed Mary, probably temporarily to work on a few bugs. Again, the nice thing is now everyone who wanted to try out the game can without a key. Also from KOG, Elsword reveals Rose's second class paths, Bloodia and Crimson Rose, and this time it looks like Rose goes all-out heavy metal cowgirl. I guess that's the best way to say it. As Bloodia, Rose closes the distance with their fast kick flares, quick draw fire from a revolver, and close quarters brutality. All this can happen at level 15, but at level 30, Rose players get to unlock the raven-clad Crimson Rose, who wields bullets and chains, mastering the mid-game and PvP lockdown tactics. Both job paths are completely different, but both look equally badass. Also early on last week, Perfect World Entertainment revealed the launch date of the Agents of Yesterday update for Star Trek Online. It's the game's third expansion that focuses on the celebration of the 50th anniversary of Star Trek, the original series. This expansion lets players explore the galaxy as the captain of an era-appropriate ship from the series that started it all, so expect to see more than a dozen new starships. Yes, that does include the original Starship Enterprise, and several new featured episodes starring some iconic characters from the past. Check out what's new and retro in Star Trek Online's latest expansion, coming out this week on July 6th. Also from PWE, the Neverwinter team confirmed the launch date on PS4 this past week, and with that, players can get a head start as well if they pick up the Onyx Head Start Pack starting on July 12th. This pack includes not only a few-day head start, obviously from the name, but a fragile Onyx weapon pack, Onyx keyring with 20 enchanted keys, Adventurer's Helper pack, Grey Cloak's legacy weapon, and the Onyx Horse Mountain title. All of that is for $19.99. I just hope that the weapons in the pack aren't too pay to win. Not really sure how that's fair. Neverwinter is launching on the PS4 with all existing content from the base game, including 8 playable classes and 9 expansions. This includes the latest expansion, the Maze Engine. PS Plus is not required. The game will be free to play for everyone, and without buying the Head Start pack, the game launches on July 19th. And speaking of PlayStation packs, Paragon announced last week that its starter pack, previously known as its Founders Pack, will be available free for PlayStation Plus members this month. Normally this costs $19.99, but it's free this month for PS Plus members, because I guess they felt bad for non-PC players having to pay for their online gaming experience otherwise. Why not cut them a break? Not having a gaming PC is hard enough. Beyond that, there's a month of in-game events going on and rewards planned to celebrate. As an example, starting tomorrow, the 5th through the 11th, is the Kill the Core event, where each player who is part of destroying a core will contribute to a total number. And if that total number reaches 2.5 million cores killed during the week, everyone will win the Midnight Muriel skin. Cool stuff going on in Paragon right now for all players. And remember, the free-to-play open beta starts on August 16th. While on a MOBA note, Smite's got some interesting changes going on for its mid-season update patch 3.12. First up, we've got some crazy Summer of Smite event skins like the Rockabellona and Chef Special Kepri skin. That's pretty cool. But beyond that, we've also got some major god changes, which includes new passives, new relics and items, as well as the new god Erlang Shin. This patch will also include a few quality of life changes from the user interface standpoint, namely updated UI elements in regards to the auto skill and auto buy, making it a lot clearer to see when you're actually in these modes and making it easier to identify these starter items. But this mid-season update focuses mainly on relics, items, and god balancing. It's quite a lot to get into, but as an example, the golden bow and throwing dagger are being completely removed in regards to hunters mainly. It apparently made late game hunters a little too good early game to match the overall goal of Season 3 team comps. One of the new items has a unique twist to it. The ritual dagger, that they're calling the Jack of all trades item, yields health, cooldown, attack speed, movement speed, and increases the effects of whatever relic you're using when you use a relic. There's plenty more in store for Smite this patch, so check out the patch notes breakdown at the site posted at MMOHuts.com. Also from HeroWarz, it looks like Paladins decided to wipe everybody's cards again. This time it was to streamline the card acquisition and loadout building process, so now each champion will come with 5 free cards once you've unlocked them, and every other card will have the flat 1,200 gold price to purchase all 4 rarities, which is down from the 1,800 it was before. That being said, when you obtain a card, you get all 4 rarities to work with when building out your card deck, and they've updated the UI for building decks to be a lot cleaner and more intuitive on top of that. They've also introduced the new champion this patch. This time we have Viktor, the generic soldier, the lone wolf. Okay, so there's not really a way to hide the fact that this champion is just as plain as it gets for any shooter. His weapon is an assault rifle, and with right mouse button, you can use your iron sights. That's a really nice ability right there. Even cooler is Hustle, the F ability, which lets you guessed it, run. Q throws a frag grenade, like you would think, and his ultimate drops artillery shell on your target. So if you've ever played any other shooter in your life, you should feel right at home with this new champion. Alright, so maybe I'm a little salty because they changed up my favorite character, Grok, with a new alternative fire called Shock Pulse instead of the Chain Lightning that I like so much. With this, Grok fires a projectile that bounces up to 6 times between targets, marking them, and hitting any marked target with Grok's lightning staff causes it to damage all of the other marked targets, so it's kind of like Zeus's ability. So maybe it's not so bad. I guess I'll just have to try it out and see. Needless to say, there are some major changes happening in Paladins. I guess they wanted to go all out after that Founders Tournament. Speaking of tournaments, Overwatch now has a new competitive play game mode available now on PC and soon to be on the consoles. This is clearly designed for those who want a bit more serious experience than quick play or weekly brawl, and it will be locked for players until they reach level 25. Now, similar to Heroes of the Storm is now, every player must first complete 10 placement matches in order to obtain their initial skill rating, which ranges from 1 to 100. The competitive play will consist of 4 seasons, each lasting 2.5 months. Besides just the thrill of victory, of course, players can earn rewards that are only available through the competitive play. And at the end of the season, anyone who has completed the 10 placement matches will receive a special spray and player icon, with a new set of designs being released every season. And once this goes on for a little while, the tournaments will probably start popping up right and left, so you better get ready now. Next up, back to the MMORPG news, Black Desert finally gets the major Valencia Part 1 expansion that was previously delayed. This update increases the already large world by 30%, adding in the treasure-riddled desert full of new threats and harsh conditions. Valencia Part 1 also adds in new weapons, armors, and accessories, such as the Rokaba armor and Rosar weapons, camel and elephant mounts, and hundreds of additional quests, just to name a few things. As for now, the Castle Siege and Node Warfare is undergoing some changes based on reported issues, and a second testing period will be announced before these PvP modules are actually permanently added into the game. So check out the site posted at MMOHuts.com for a full detailed list on what's in the game now with Valencia Part 1. Well, it looks like Masse has another update coming to Tera this week. This one is called Aces Wild, and it introduces new PvE content, a new PvP battleground, extra storage for cosmetic inventory, and expanded flight zones for players with the newly introduced flying mounts. In Aces Wild, we see the brand new 5-player level 65 Manglemire dungeon, update challenges to the Boss Rush dungeon, Deadspire, and new Ace system that offers players solo dungeons with escalating objectives for rankings, rewards, and of course, bragging rights. All this and a little more is headed to the game this week on July 7th. It's not the biggest update, but it's an update either way. Another update coming this July 13th is the Echoes of Eternity update for Ion. This week we caught up with the new cinematic trailer you see playing here. This update lets players travel back to the Tower of Eternity to recover lost memories from the Cataclysm. It increases the level cap to 75, letting players become an Archdiva in the process. As an Archdiva, you gain Essence, which can be spent on things such as improving your base stats and learning Archdiva-only skills. We also see 2 new zones as well as a brand new instance in this decent-sized update. Check out the new trailer and more information about the update at the site post at MMOHuts.com. Next on revealed last week that the open beta for Riders of Icarus is set to start on July 6th. With expanded in-game and more PvP opportunities highlighting the updates, there's much more in store than what we've seen and tested so far in the closed beta. For starters, level 25 to 35 players can look forward to Panara's Coast, a snowy seaside region, and in terms of PvP, battlegrounds are in the cards in the coming months. These will set teams of players against each other as they compete in both PvE and PvP elements. Rather than the simple deathmatch rules, the PvE elements will play a key part in the team's score. Plenty of fluff side elements are being added in the near future as well, including familiar farms to raise and power up your pets. You'll even be able to race them, apparently. The roadmap for Riders of Icarus is quite expansive. Check out the blog post for more details on what's to come. And finally, for a last bit of news, My.com wants to give us a little taste of what to expect in Revelation Online with a new fly-through video across multiple landscapes featuring recorded game footage. Some of it looks like Twin Saga, some of it looks like Blade and Soul. Either way, it is one seamless open world without any loading screens whatsoever, so that's pretty nice. Might not be super original, but it could still be a game worth looking forward to, no doubt. Anyway guys, that's about it for all the major MMO news and announcements for this week. Like always, if you're looking for more information regarding the news featured in the recap, check the links in the description below. Otherwise, head over to MMOHuts.com for the latest in gaming news. Feel free to discuss the news in the comments below and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time guys, that's going to be it for me. I'm James Blonde. See you out there, gamers.